welcome to the Atheist Experience. I'm your host, Tracy Harris, and with me today is my co-host, Martin Wagner. Hey, Martin, how you doing today?
I'm just dancing on air. It's a great day
Okay.
to be alive.
Today is Sunday, July 11th. We're a live call-in show. We accept calls from local Austin, Texas, and we also stream live on the internet at ustreamtv.com. The Atheist Experience is sponsored by the Atheist Community of Austin, which is a nonprofit educational foundation promoting positive atheism and separation of church and state. You can visit ACA online at www.atheist-community.org. It includes a fact page that answers commonly asked questions that are put to atheists and also to the program. If you can't get through on the phones today, you can check and see if maybe your question is answered there. We're live on Sundays from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Central Local Public Access TV. To watch live outside of Austin, I think I just, sorry, repeating myself. There's also live chat at the Ustream. The website includes archives of past shows, and you can also subscribe to the podcast. The show site is www.atheist-experience.com. ACA also sponsors an internet audio podcast called The Nonprofits. The site for the Nonprofits is www.nonprofits, that's P-O-R-P-H-E-T-S radio.com. Nonprofits normally has a regular schedule, but I think they've been doing guerrilla shows. Martin,
yeah, we just did one. Yeah.
Okay.
This week I did one with my friends Gia Grillo, Chris Connor, and it was a lot of fun. I don't think it's up on iTunes yet, but there is the listing at the Atheist Experience blog if you want to grab it early. The link is there. So that was a ton of fun, and I think we'll probably do some more because it may be fall before they're able to actually get back on their bi-weekly.
Okay, but they could probably still check for updates at the website, you think?
Oh, sure,
okay.
Yeah. And at the blog, whenever we do one, we'll just announce it and post it there. So.
ACA sponsors weekly meetings that include a Sunday brunch at Romeo's on Barton Springs from 11:30 to 1 p.m., except on the first Sunday of the month when we do a public lecture at the Austin History Center. We actually had one today about Camp Quest, and the next lecture that we'll be having is August 1st, and features Sarah Weiss and Brian Spears on the topic of the importance of separation of church and state. Following the show, most of the cast and crew head over to Threadgill's on 301 West Riverside for dinner. Any atheists or atheist-friendly people are welcome to join us. ACA hosts an atheist happy hour every Thursday evening starting at 7 p.m. at the Dog and Duck on 17th and Guadalupe. If you would like to contact us via email, you can. You can send questions or feedback to tv@atheist-community.org. Callers who disagree or are given top priority on the program. If you're calling just to say thanks, then email is probably the best option for you. Finally, be sure to check out the unofficial show blog at atheistexperience.blogspot.com and the Counter-Apologetics wiki at ironchariots.org. So today we have Martin Wagner.
We do. That's it. How you doing?
Good.
I'm doing good too. It's been a good week. Interesting week.
Okay, good.
Busy week. Yeah. And here we are. We've been off the air for like the last couple of Sundays, haven't we?
Yeah.
Not really had shows, so we're sort of, I guess, getting back into it.
We are.
It's been a bit of a goofy day in the studio today, and I really hope we carry that energy over into the program itself.
Sure.
Because I'm hoping to have a really good time today and get some good calls in.
Yeah, and I think today is going to be a heavy caller program, at least I hope it will be. And if not, and I'm hoping we've had a little bit of technical challenge. Some of our top tech people are absent for today's show, and I had brought in some Symphony of Science videos that I was hoping that we could air if things get a little bit slow. But if you haven't seen it, Symphony of Science, you might Google that. It's a really good website that features music videos that support science and promote science information.
Well, hopefully we get those going, control room.
Yeah,
they're smart guys in there. They can figure out how to
if there's a problem or if we can
press buttons and twiddle knobs and make stuff happen. So anyway. Otherwise, I think we're just gonna. This is just gonna be. We're very loose, as you can tell today. We just didn't really prepare a thing because it's that kind of day. So we're just gonna make this, I think, throw open the phone lines as soon as we can, get some calls in, talk to some folks, just answer questions, and let you voice your opinions, and we'll exchange opinions and argue and just...
and it actually does look like the phones are loading.
Hijinks and shenanigans,
but
so we'll wait.
Don't have information from the studio yet. It looks like we've got one coming in just now.
Okay.
So that would be on line 2. We've got...
Luca,
yeah.
looks like.
Okay, and that's from... Is there a location?
Well, maybe not. We'll just find out.
Luca, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, you're in New York.
Yeah, I called and talked to you guys maybe a month or two ago.
Okay.
So, being that I'm an atheist myself, I've called, actually, I talked to you guys, I talked to Matt, and always we basically agree. So I try to think of something that we might disagree on, maybe.
Okay.
So I think the premise you'll agree with, and it is that basically religious people are not stupid, they're not crazy, at least not more so than everybody else.
Sure.
They'll be able to follow any rational argument. If you try to persuade them that Zeus does not exist or that Bigfoot does not exist, they'll be perfectly capable of following you and agreeing with you and whatnot. It's just that there's an element of very compartmentalized irrationality to them, so that the specific belief about the talking snake or about the 72 virgins or whatever, they simply do not accept a rational case for that.
Correct.
Okay, so that's the part I think I knew you would agree on. But my next step, you may agree or may not, is that that same compartmentalized irrationality, I think, is present in everybody, not just in religious people. Let me give you a couple of examples. People that smoke cigarettes. If I told you on paper, there's a product that you can buy that is going to make you be relaxed. And you're going to have something to hold in your hand when you're talking to girls. It's going to make your breath stink. It's going to make your teeth rot. It's going to kill you 20 years early. It's going to cost you $150,000 in your lifetime. A rational person wouldn't go for that, but somehow people do. Or, I don't know, maybe this example might be a little controversial to most people, but people that think that America is the most free country in the world. Whereas just if you look at it factually, there isn't a single thing you're free to do in America that you're not free to do in France or Denmark or Holland, Italy or Australia or anything like that.
Luca, can I interject something for a minute?
Sure.
How about if we restate what you were saying as opposed to saying that everybody does this, how about if we say that religion isn't the only thing that causes this?
Well, I would say that religion is not a cause. It's a manifestation of a root problem of basic irrationality of humanity. I would put it that way. I don't know if religion is the cause. I would ask you to present a case for that as opposed to what I'm...
my case would be simply that people are indoctrinated in order to make them not think clearly in this one aspect. Whereas with smoking, I would say that's an addiction.
Okay, sure, but then what about the inability to see that you're being indoctrinated?
Well, you're a child.
Well, I think Luca has a point, which is that everyone is capable of being selectively irrational. There is our emotional side can sometimes make us do things that intellectually we know better than to do. But it can at times be very difficult to overcome those emotional urges and not act upon them. And there is an aspect of maturation that sort of has to take place before you are capable of, I'm not saying in everyone, but many people do really have these problems. And to use the example of smoking, people will do it at a certain point in their lives. Maybe they're young and immature and want to look cool. And then as they get older and they get past that phase of immaturity, they realize, oh, well, okay, now this is something really bad for me. And then they try to quit. And many people do quit smoking after a few years. So I think that people do have a capacity to compartmentalize their thoughts and where they can be entirely rational